Anyone in Canada who has purchased bread over the past 20 years may be eligible to join a $500 million class action.
Your bread is poisoning you, and the company's making it know exactly what they're doing. That loaf you grabbed at Loblaws yesterday contains ingredients banned in Europe, Australia, and dozens of other countries. Things linked to cancer, ADHD in children, and diabetes in lab animals. But here in Canada, perfectly legal. I'm going to expose exactly which 10 bread brands you need to avoid and why, what's really in them, what it's doing to your body, what you should buy instead. By the end of this, you'll never grab the same loaf again. Drop a comment with the brand you're buying right now. Let's see how many show up on this list. 10. Wonder Bread, the childhood classic, the yoga mat chemical. Industrial foam you fed your kids for decades. Red, yellow, and blue polka dots. Impossibly soft white slices. Builds strong bodies 12 ways. Wonder Bread is owned by Weston Foods, subsidiary of George Weston Limited, one of Canada's largest food conglomerates. When corporations that size control your bread, everything changes. Recipe altered. Ingredients cheapened. Production streamlined for efficiency, not nutrition. Open the ingredients list. Enriched wheat flour. They've stripped away the nutritious parts of wheat and added back synthetic vitamins. Your body doesn't absorb synthetic vitamins like natural nutrients. Nutritionally dead flour with a vitamin injection. Calcium propionate. Preservative linked to behavioral issues in children. Irritability, sleep problems, difficulty concentrating. Study in Journal of Pediatrics and Child Health. Children given bread with calcium propionate showed worse ADHD symptoms. Remove the preservative. Symptoms improved. Bread marketed to children making children's behavior worse. High fructose corn syrup. Why does bread need HFCS? Makes it sweet. Triggers addiction-like brain responses. You buy it again. HFCS linked to fatty liver disease, obesity, metabolic syndrome, soybean oil, mono and diglycerides, dough conditioners. A list requiring a chemistry degree. Squeeze a slice. Compresses like a sponge and bounces back. Real bread doesn't do that. Chorleywood process. Bread made in 3 hours instead of 12 to 16. High-speed mixers destroying natural gluten structure. That bloated feeling after sandwiches? Your body's struggling with chemically accelerated bread. Fiber removed during processing. Protein minimal. Empty calories disguised as nutrition. Weston Foods knows this. Keeps marketing to families because brand recognition is worth billions. The flour? Enriched bleached flour. Bleached with chlorine dioxide or benzoyl peroxide. Creates alloxin, compound scientists use to induce diabetes in lab rats. Diabetes-causing compound created when flour is bleached. Wonder Bread uses this process. Sodium, 230 milligrams per slice. 2 slices equals 460 milligrams. Nearly a third of kids' daily limit before lunch. Haven't even eaten yet. Glycemic index, 75. Higher than pure sugar at 65. Blood sugar spikes. Insulin floods. Crash within 2 hours. Tired, hungry, craving more carbs. For diabetics, disaster. For kids, energy crashes all day. Leave Wonder Bread on your counter. 3 weeks later, won't mold, just gets drier. Won't decompose like real food. Preservatives made it biologically dead. Real bread molds in 3 to 5 days because it's actual food. Your fix? If you see calcium propionate, HFCS, or enriched bleached flour, don't buy it. If bread doesn't mold in a week, it's not food. Nostalgia won't protect your family. The childhood classic. The yoga mat chemical. You fed your kids foam. 9. Dempster's White. The Canadian betrayal. Heritage branding hiding a Mexican multinational. Canada's bread since 1855. Founded in Ontario. Household name coast to coast. Your grandparents bought it. Your parents bought it. The logo meant quality, trust. Canadian. Dempster's isn't Canadian anymore. In 2011, Canada Bread, which owned Dempster's, was acquired by Grupo Bimbo. Mexican multinational, largest baking company in the world. Like every corporate takeover, everything changed. Recipes reformulated, production consolidated, quality replaced with commitments to shareholders in Mexico City. Ingredients: enriched wheat flour, sugars, vegetable oil, calcium propionate, soy lecithin, monoglycerides, azotocarbonamide. Azotocarbonamide makes yoga mats and shoe soles. When heated during baking, breaks down into semicarbazide and urethane, both carcinogens. Banned in EU, banned in Australia, legal in Canada. Enriched wheat flour, stripped, bleached, synthetically fortified. Bleaching creates alloxin, compound scientists use to induce diabetes in lab rats. Soybean oil, loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. Ideal ratio 1:1 to 4:1 omega-6 to omega-3. Average Canadian, 20:1. That imbalance drives chronic inflammation, arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's. Unless it says organic soy, it doesn't. You're eating GMO soybeans sprayed with glyphosate. WHO classified glyphosate as probably carcinogenic to humans. Still markets itself as authentically Canadian. Red and white packaging. Advertising talks about Canadian families, counting on you not knowing profits go to Mexico. Longtime customers have noticed the decline. Bread goes stale faster, texture different, taste blander. Sodium, 200 milligrams per slice. 4 slices equals 800 milligrams. Glycemic index, 75. Same blood sugar chaos as Wonder Bread. Your fix? Canadian heritage means nothing when a Mexican multinational controls the recipe. Check for azotocarbonamide and enriched wheat flour. See them? Walk away. The Canadian name, the Mexican corporation. Dempster's sold out and kept wearing the flag. 8. Country harvest. The health halo lie. Premium prices for industrial chemicals behind wheat imagery. Wheat stalks on the package. Wholesome imagery. Premium positioning. Also owned by Grupo Bimbo through Canada Bread. Manufactured in industrial facilities designed for volume, not nutrition. Whole wheat flour listed first. Keep reading. Sugars, vegetable oil, soy lecithin, monoglycerides, sodium stearoyl lactylate, azotocarbonamide, yoga mat chemical, again, in your healthy bread. Hidden sugars. They list sugars and glucose fructose separately, so neither appears too high on the ingredient list. Marketing trick. Add them together. Sweetened bread marketed as health food. 2 to 3 grams sugar per slice. 4 to 6 grams per sandwich. Sugar isn't there for flavor. Makes bread softer. Extends shelf life. Makes kids prefer it over bread that actually tastes like whole wheat. Sodium stearoyl lactylate and monoglycerides. Synthetic emulsifiers. Emulsifiers disrupt gut bacteria. Gut regulates immune system, mental health, digestion. Studies link emulsifiers to inflammatory bowel disease, metabolic syndrome, leaky gut. Mess with that balance daily, you're affecting your entire body. The whole wheat flour, refined to remove bran and germ, the most nutritious parts. Then some added back so they can legally call it whole wheat. You're not getting the fiber, minerals, and nutrients you think. Glycemic index, 69, lower than white bread's 75, but high enough for insulin problems. Fiber, 2 grams per slice. Body needs 25 to 30 grams daily. Charges $4 to $5 at Save-On Foods or Safeway. Health-conscious parents paying extra thinking they're doing right by their kids. You're paying more for industrial bread with a health halo. Your fix? If ingredients include added sugars in the top 3, azotocarbonamide, or emulsifiers, it's industrial bread in healthy packaging. Walk away? The wheat imagery, the hidden sugars. Marketing 1. 7. McGavin's, the regional betrayal. Corporate manufacturing hiding behind BC pride. BC's bread since 1888. Founded in New Westminster, British Columbia. Western Canadian institution. Name meant local. Quality, pride. Now owned by Canada Bread. Ultimately Grupo Bimbo. Everything that made McGavin's special, regional recipes, local production, commitment to BC communities, erased. Bread that once came from BC bakeries now comes from massive Ontario factories. Recipes standardized for national distribution. Same Chorleywood process, 3 hours from flour to loaf. Same enriched wheat flour. Same soybean oil. Inflammatory, GMO, glyphosate residues. Same calcium propionate. Behavioral issues in children. Artificially soft from dough conditioners. Unnecessarily sweet from added sugars, masking lack of natural flavor. Real sourdough has complex tang from 12 to 24-hour fermentation. McGavin's made in 3 hours. No time for flavor development. Suspiciously long shelf life. Real bread molds in 3 to 5 days. McGavin's lasts weeks. Biologically dead. Sodium, 190 to 210 milligrams per slice. Glycemic index, 72. Blood sugar spikes. Energy crashes. BC families still choosing McGavin's at Save-On Foods thinking they're supporting local. Packaging says BC's bread. Reality? Funding a Mexican multinational from Ontario factories. Your fix? Regional on packaging means nothing without verification. If ingredients match every other industrial bread, province of origin doesn't improve ingredient quality. The BC name, the Ontario factory, the Mexican owner, not BC's bread anymore. 6. Villaggio, the Italian fraud, industrial bread at artisan prices, rustic packaging, Italian name, premium price point, owned by Weston Foods, same company behind Wonder Bread. Created in 2005 to capture the premium market. Manufactured in the exact same industrial facilities as every other Weston product. Real Italian bread has 4 ingredients: flour, water, salt, yeast. Doesn't last 2 weeks in plastic. No preservatives, no dough conditioners, no added sugars. Made fresh daily. Villaggio has 14 ingredients. Enriched wheat flour, soybean oil, sugar, calcium propionate, Monoglycerides. Same chemicals as Wonder Bread. Same factories. Same production lines. Sodium, 200 milligrams per slice. Glycemic index, 73. Same blood sugar chaos as cheap white bread. Premium price buys zero health improvement. Families paying $5 to $6 at Loblaws, thinking they're getting something special. Compare ingredient lists to Wonder Bread side by side. Nearly identical. Both Weston. Both from the same factories. Your Fix, Italian on the label doesn't mean Italian methods. Compare ingredient lists across brands. Identical to budget brands? You're paying for packaging, not food. The Italian name, the Wonder Bread ingredients. You paid double for nothing. 5. Pomme, the cultural exploitation. Industrial bread weaponizing Quebec pride. Le Pain du Québec, red and yellow logo. Instantly recognizable across Quebec. Part of Quebec culture for generations. Family dinners, school lunches, corner store sandwiches. Owned by Canada Bread. Controlled by Grupo Bimbo. Same industrial processes, same chemical additives. Same cost-cutting as every other Canada Bread product. Grupo Bimbo knows Quebecers feel strong cultural loyalty to Poème, knows Le Pain du Québec means something deeper. Identity, supporting Quebec businesses, cultural pride. Weaponizing that loyalty for profit. Ingredients, enriched wheat flour, sugars, vegetable oil, soy lecithin, monoglycerides, calcium propionate, azotocarbonamide, yoga mat chemical, in bread marketed through cultural pride. Enriched wheat flour, stripped, bleached, synthetically fortified. Bleaching creates alloxin, diabetes-inducing compound. Sugars, multiple types listed separately to hide true content. 2 to 3 grams per slice, 4 to 6 grams per sandwich. Sweetened bread disguised as traditional. Vegetable oil, vague term, could be soybean, canola, or palm. All highly processed, all inflammatory. They don't specify because transparency would hurt sales. Prices 10 to 15% higher than comparable products. Quebec families paying extra thinking they support a Quebec company. Seniors who've bought Palm for 50 years still reaching for it. Profits go to Mexico. Zero consideration for Quebec's artisan baking traditions. Sodium, 210 milligrams per slice. Glycemic index, 74. Blood sugar chaos disguised as tradition. Your Fix. Cultural branding is marketing, not quality. If you see azotocarbonamide and enriched bleached flour, it's industrial product hiding behind identity. The Quebec name. The Mexican profits. Cultural loyalty weaponized. 4. D'Italiano, the artisan fraud. Wonder Bread in a costume charging double. Artisan Italian bakery. That's what the package says. Another Weston Foods brand, created in 2012. Same industrial facilities as Wonder Bread. Same automated processes. Same chemical additives. Artisan means small batches, hand shaping, long fermentation, minimal ingredients. D'Italiano has none of that. High-speed industrial mixers. Chemical dough conditioners. 14 ingredients. Real Italian bread? 4. Canola oil extracted with hexane, a neurotoxin. Trace amounts remain in final product. Unless organic and cold-pressed, it isn't. You're consuming chemically extracted oil. Added sugars masking rushed fermentation. 3 hours instead of 12 to 24. Real artisan bread doesn't need sugar. Sugar hides the lack of natural flavor from proper fermentation. Calcium propionate, ADHD, linked preservative in bread marketed as artisan. Premium price, budget preservative, monoglycerides disrupting gut bacteria. Sodium, 210 milligrams per slice. Glycemic index, 73. Same blood sugar chaos as Wonder Bread. Premium price buys zero health improvement. Won't mold for weeks. Real artisan bread molds in 2 to 3 days because it's actual food. Now one of the top-selling premium breads in Canada. Families paying $6 to $7 at Sobeys. Parents serving this at dinner parties. Young couples buying it for weekend brunches. All paying premium for industrial bread with a costume. Weston runs 3 brands on this list. Wonder Bread, Villaggio, D'Italiano. Same factories, same ingredients, same industrial processes. $2 to $3, $5 to $6, $6 to $7. Identical product, triple the price. 3 different packages, 3 different lies. One corporation laughing to the bank. Your Fix? Artisan means nothing without verification. Compare ingredients across Weston brands. Identical? You're paying for a label, not bread. The artisan label, the industrial factory. Wonder Bread in a costume. 3. Ben's Bread, the fake local. Corporate bread wearing a community disguise. Friendly, local-sounding name. Packaging evoking neighborhood bakeries. Owned by George Weston Limited. 4th brand. Same factories, same industrial processes as Wonder Bread, Villaggio, and D'Italiano. Particularly effective deception in smaller communities. People see Ben's and assume local baker, see handcrafted-looking packaging and assume care. Community members choosing it thinking money stays in their town. Profits go to Weston, manufactured hundreds of kilometers away. Same enriched flour, calcium propionate, soybean oil, monoglycerides as every other Weston brand. Same blood sugar chaos, same inflammatory oils, same gut-disrupting emulsifiers. Different label. Sodium, 190 to 220 milligrams per slice. Glycemic index, 72 to 75 depending on variety. Leave it on the counter, lasts weeks. Real local bakery bread, 3 days, maybe 5, because real bread is actual food. 4 Weston brands, 4 names, 4 packages, 4 price points. Identical bread from identical factories. Wonder Bread to budget nostalgia. Villaggio to fake Italian. D'Italiano to fake artisan. Ben's to fake local. Same corporation, same bread. Different lies. Your fix? If a bread brand is available nationally at major chains, it's not local. Check the parent company. If it's Weston, industrial bread regardless of the name, the local name. The national factory, 4th mask on the same face. 2. No name, Loblaws, the yellow mystery. Budget bread hiding behind honest branding. Why pay more? Loblaw doesn't manufacture it. Third-party contractors using cheapest ingredients available. Fastest production. Minimal quality controls. Where does the flour come from? Good luck finding out. Reject wheat. Didn't meet quality standards. Higher contaminants. Broken kernels. Inconsistent protein. Sold at deep discounts to manufacturers who only care about price. Milled using industrial rollers generating heat. Destroying remaining nutrients. Bleached. Enriched with synthetic vitamins your body can't properly absorb. Modified wheat starch, chemically altered with acids, enzymes, even radiation. Makes cheap bread softer, lasts longer, but causes digestive issues. Bloating, gas, irregular bowels. Vegetable oil, vague term meaning cheapest available that day. Refined rapeseed, palm, or soybean. Highly processed, often rancid. High inflammatory omega-6. They don't specify because transparency would hurt sales. Calcium propionate at maximum legal limits. Real bread molds in 3 to 5 days. No name lasts weeks. Preservatives made it biologically dead. Leave it on your counter. 3 weeks later, still there. That's not food, that's a chemistry experiment. Fiber, less than 1 gram per slice. Body needs 25 to 30 grams daily. Eating bread with almost none, missing crucial nutrition. Lack of fiber means slow intestinal transit. Toxins aren't eliminated. Constipation, bloating. Long-term low-fiber diets linked to colon cancer, diverticulitis. Sodium, 180 to 220 milligrams per slice. 4 slices equals 900 milligrams, nearly 40% daily limit. Glycemic index, 75 plus, higher than pure sugar. Direct path to insulin resistance. $2 to $2.50 at no frills. Single parents needing 5 loaves a week. Seniors on fixed incomes. Students stretching budgets. Engineered to hit lowest price while technically qualifying as bread. Your fix. If ingredients are vague and price seems too low, corners were cut everywhere. Budget bread isn't value if it costs your health. The yellow packaging. The mystery ingredients. Saved money, lost health. 1. Great value, Walmart. The Predator brand. The mold problem. Walmart targeting vulnerable Canadians with the lowest quality bread legally sellable. $1.97 for a 675-gram loaf. Impossibly cheap. That's how Walmart traps vulnerable Canadians. Serious mold problems. Hundreds of consumer complaints online. Mold within days of purchase. Sometimes before best before date. Families finding green spots in fresh loaves. Kids getting sick. Third-party contract facilities. Zero brand loyalty. Minimal oversight. Quality issues? Walmart switches manufacturers. Product comes from whoever offers the lowest bid. Ingredients: enriched wheat flour, sugars/glucose fructose, vegetable oil, calcium propionate, soy lecithin, monoglycerides, azotic carbonamide, amylase, sulfites. Azotic carbonamide, 4th time on this list, Yogamat chemical in the cheapest bread in Canada. When heated during baking, breaks down into semicarbazide and urethane, both carcinogens. Banned in EU, Australia. In $2 bread, sulfites can trigger severe allergic reactions, asthma attacks, anaphylaxis in sensitive individuals. Listed at the end where most stop reading, glucose fructose, Canadian name for high fructose corn syrup. linked to fatty liver disease, obesity, insulin resistance. In bread costing less than a coffee, you don't know where that flour came from, don't know how old the ingredients are, don't know what quality standards are maintained. Walmart doesn't disclose any of that because transparency would reveal what $1.97 bread actually is. Sodium, 200 to 230 milligrams per slice. 4 slices equals 900 milligrams plus. Nearly 40% daily limit just from bread. Glycemic index, 75 plus, higher than pure sugar. Blood sugar spikes. Pancreas floods insulin. Crash within 2 hours. Direct path to insulin resistance and diabetes. Fiber, less than 1 gram. Nutritionally bankrupt. Seniors on fixed incomes. Single parents packing lunches. Young Canadians starting out. Walmart targeting the most vulnerable with the lowest quality legally sellable. Calling it value, predatory, exploitative. Your fix? When bread costs $1.97, the math only works one way. Real ingredients cost real money. If you see azotic carbonamide, sulfites, unspecified vegetable oil, and a price too good to be true, it is the $1.97 price. The mold reports, the mystery manufacturers, the Predator brand, 10 brands, yoga mat chemicals, carcinogens banned in Europe, a DHD-linked preservatives, 4 Western brands selling identical bread at 4 prices, 3 Grupo Bimbo brands riding Canadian heritage into the ground, but 2 brands prove bread can still be real. First safe. Pick Uprising Breads, Ancient Grains, Natural Sourdough. 3 ingredients, founded by Phil Wilson in Belleville, Ontario and Vancouver, BC, organic spelt, kamet, and whole grain rye, grains that existed before modern wheat breeding, not stripped, not bleached, not reconstituted. Every loaf fermented 24 hours using natural sourdough cultures, not 3 hours in an industrial mixer. Slow fermentation breaks down gluten, develops complex flavor, eliminates need for chemical conditioners. Ingredients: flour, water, salt. That's it. 3 ingredients versus 14 in D'Italiano. 3 versus 12 in Great Value. No enriched wheat flour, no soybean oil, no calcium propionate, no azotic carbonamide, no HFCS, no monoglycerides, no sulfites, no modified starch, no mystery vegetable oil, dense, substantial, requires actual chewing, how bread should be. Complex fermentation aromas, tangy, earthy, nutty. Not chemical sweetness, not factory smell. This is what bread smelled like before industrialization. Taste it and you'll understand. Not soft and spongy. Bread with structure, flavor, nutrition. Won't last 3 weeks. Molds in days. Because it's actual food. That's a feature, not a flaw. Lower glycemic response from ancient grains and natural fermentation. No added sugars to compound the problem. No ADHD-linked preservatives. No inflammatory oils. Real nutrition for kids and adults. For diabetics, ancient grains and 24-hour fermentation means significantly lower blood sugar response. Slow fermentation breaks down starches that would otherwise spike insulin. For kids, actual nutrition, real minerals, real fiber, real vitamins from whole grains, not synthetic additions. Ships across Canada, $10 to $12 per loaf. Yes, more expensive. But you're paying for real ingredients, traditional methods, and bread that actually nourishes. Every purchase supports small-scale agriculture and artisan baking. Ancient grains, natural sourdough. 3 ingredients, real bread, second safe. Pick true grain bread, stone-milled flour, wood-fired ovens, bread your great-grandparents would recognize. Cowichan Valley, BC, community bakery founded in 1990. They mill their own flour on-site using organic grains from local farms. Stone milling preserves bran, germ, and endosperm together. Never separated, never reconstituted. Real whole grain, wood-fired ovens, natural fermentation, no commercial yeast, no dough conditioners, no preservatives. Long fermentation breaks down gluten and phytates, making minerals more bioavailable. Ingredients: organic flour, water, salt, natural leaven. 4 ingredients, all organic, all recognizable. No azotic carbonamide, no calcium propionate, no monoglycerides, no enriched bleached flour, no soybean oil, no HFCS, no sulfites, no artificial anything. Dense texture, complex, nutty, earthy flavor. Toasted, crispy outside, moist inside. Real grain flavor from real fermentation. No generic bread taste, no chemical sweetness. Just grain, satisfying and nourishing. Molds in days because it's living food, not biologically dead industrial product. Lowest glycemic impact from intact grain structure and natural fermentation. No added sugars. Sodium significantly lower than industrial bread because quality ingredients don't need sodium to create flavor. Fiber substantially higher than any industrial whole wheat because the whole grain is actually whole, never separated, never stripped. For diabetics, this is the safest bread choice. Stone-milled whole grain with natural fermentation means blood sugar rises slowly instead of spiking. For kids, real nutrition from real grain, the kind of bread that actually builds strong bodies, not the chemical version Wonder Bread promises. $8 to $10 per loaf at their bakery or select BC retailers. Nutritionally dense, properly fermented, made with integrity. The kind of bread your great-grandparents would recognize. Stone-milled flour, wood-fired ovens, 4 ingredients. Food the way it was meant to be. And there you have it. 10 brands, 10 deceptions. From Wonder Bread's chemical nostalgia to Walmart's moldy mystery loaves. From fake Italian artisan brands to cultural exploitation in Quebec. 4 Western brands selling identical bread at 4 prices. 3 Grupo Bimbo brands exploiting Canadian heritage. Real bread still exists. Uprising proves 3 ingredients are all you need. True Grain proves ancient methods still work. Go to your kitchen right now. Take out every loaf. Read ingredient lists. See azotocarbonamide, calcium propionate, HFCS, enriched bleached flour, or lists longer than 10 items? Get rid of it. Replace with bread having fewer than 6 ingredients you recognize. Organic whole grains, real fermentation, no chemicals. Your body will notice within a week. Better digestion, stable energy, no bloating, no crashes, clearer skin, better sleep, less brain fog. Goal isn't never eating bread. Goal is eating bread that actually is bread, not chemical foam wearing a Canadian flag. Share this with someone who needs to know. Subscribe so you never miss investigations like this. Now go check your pantry.